Hey, what's up, boys? Welcome to another video, and today we're doing chest. It's getting pretty cold out here in South Africa. Autumn, or some people may know it as fall, is about to end soon. So we're gonna go into the winter season. So it's getting pretty cold, and it's actually the best time to be working out because, of course, when you work out, your body's heating up, and you feel warmth, from within, which is just dope. And I haven't really worked out. Well, I do like push-ups and stuff, but I haven't done like a proper workout like in 2 days. Because I had work. Today's Monday. Like Saturday and Sunday, I didn't really work out because after work I felt way too tired to do any sort of like exercise before me. So, but we're gonna do some chest today, and I decided to do some calisthenics. We do some calisthenics. I'm gonna use my bag, the bag that I got, the OG knows. I'm gonna put weights in our backpack. Then we're gonna do some normal push-ups, some white push-ups, maybe some diamond push-ups too, maybe some dips, and then we're gonna bench press last. We're gonna focus mainly on calisthenics because we haven't done that in a minute, and we want to improve as far as calisthenics. We want to improve and get better at it. There's some calisthenic skills we want to acquire, and we just don't want to look big, but we want to also be fit and look muscular, shredded, etc. Whatever you may call it, you feel me? So yeah, that's the whole plan. So that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, let's begin. Before we start, I'm happy to introduce new family member. We got a new family member right here. They arrived at 15 kg weights. We got them like while we was at school. They delivered it in the morning, and yeah, they got in. And like today, I was at school. After school, I went to work, so I could. If I wasn't at work, I was gonna record during the day. But yeah, so I'm recording late at night because I had work. So yeah, 15 kg, and they are very heavy, bro. I'm gonna unpack it in the next, probably in 2 days time, because tomorrow is gonna be legs and core. So when we're gonna do arms, we're gonna use it. You feel me? And I can't wait. So let's commence.
But my anger isn't because I'm like you. my anger is because of you. And of course I'm angry. You didn't just make the decision to abandon me once. You made that decision every single day you stayed away for 10 years! Would my mom still be alive if it weren't for you? Would Aunt Deb still be alive? And me? Would I be so fucked up? Open your eyes and look at what you've done! Like this morning, right before school, I did my usual, calisthenic workout, the push-ups and the pull-ups, and I felt like my wrist was hurting, even now still hurting a little bit. But after the one, because I was even struggling, doing that first set, I was struggling big time. However, it's feeling a bit better now because there's some stretches in between sets, but it feels way better now. And it happens something like you must always like stretch. That's another thing I didn't do in this video. You should be stretching, like stretch your body before every workout. Especially if you want to target a specific muscle, you gotta stretch that muscle so you shouldn't have any cramps or any injury in the near future, because that's gonna be detrimental to your body, one or the other in the future. That's another key thing to consider every time you work out. Before you work out, just stretch a little bit, even like 2 minutes. Then you work out. You feel me? So let's do our second set.
Darkness, so pure not a single ray of light can find its way to me. How long have I soaked in this darkness? Eternity? Though at times I think just a moment. I feel nothing, as though there were nothing. Darkness, so pure not a single ray of light can find its way to me. How long have I soaked in this darkness? Eternity? Though at times I think just a moment. I feel nothing, as though there were nothing. Darkness, so pure not a single ray of light can find its way to me. How long?
Okay. A man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. What does that mean? It means I got like a set of things, I need to maximize, because I want to like fortify myself, in my 20s. A lot of people in their 20s, that's where they, get to a lot of mischief, and they just ruin their life, and do some things that they'll regret the most, but then I want to fortify myself mentally, spiritually, physically too, to just like, again, not to repeat myself, but to maximize myself, so I can be able to, face life, with my head hold up high, my head held up high. So that's what I need to do. I'm a man on a mission. It's another beautiful concept. I saw on YouTube the other day, while watching, and the guy kept saying he's a man on a mission. That's the same thing applies to me too. And all the boys watching me, I know if you're watching this, you're probably a man on a mission, meaning there's something that you want to achieve, whatever it may be. Of course it's physically because you're watching fitness content, but even as far as mental, spiritually, to just maximize, grow. That's one thing I want, like, you guys to do, so be that man on a mission. I think that's gonna be the title on my the YouTube. It's gonna be, of course, like the usual bulk video and whatnot, but man on a mission, that's gonna be the title. And I'm gonna talk about it more in the future, when I go deeper into the concept. But as of now, it's just a little, like introduction, you feel me? So yeah, we're about to do some wide push-ups now. 2 set of those as well, weighted wide push-ups to failure. 2 set of those. Let's go.
How long have I soaked in this darkness? Eternity? Though at times I think just a moment. I feel nothing, as though there were nothing.
Okay, alright, so we're just gonna do another set of those of wide push-ups, but without weights, right? Gonna do it without weights, just to make it a bit more fun now, because I kind of struggle with that one. I don't do like wide push-ups with weights ever, so yeah, I'm gonna do 1 set without weights, right? Then we're gonna move on to some diamond. You're gonna do 1 set of diamond though. We ain't gonna do 2. We're gonna do 1 set. Then we're gonna burn in the chest, you feel me, with weighted diamond push-ups. Then after that, we'll see what we're gonna do afterwards.
Have you ever built your whole life around a single purpose? only to realize, when you finally reach it, there's nothing left of you. I did. I thought revenge would save me. I thought if I could just kill the man who ruined my life, all the pain would disappear. But it didn't. Even after the enemy was gone, the anger stayed. The emptiness stayed. No one tells you what happens after the war. No one tells you how to live when you're no longer fighting. I spent years thinking I was strong because I could take lives. But real strength is waking up every day and choosing not to be the monster the world made you. It's easy to destroy, easy to hate, but it's hard, so much harder, to rebuild something you shattered with your own hands. It's hard to look in the mirror and face the things you've done and still believe there's a future worth fighting for.
If you don't have like weight at home, just use like your books or something, whatever you think is heavier. I actually seen people, on the media that they actually use their bed. If you use your bed, I don't know if it's safe to use your bed, because I wouldn't want like your bed collapsing on you, and then you end up dying. But just try it out first, attempt it. Make sure it's not that heavy, so it can fall on you. People actually use it as like weights on their back. Then they do push-ups. You can try it. If your bed's not that heavy, you can do that. You feel me? So yeah, let's do some dips now. They're gonna move on to some bench press.
Darkness. So pure not a single ray of light can find its way to me. How long have I soaked in this darkness? Eternity? Though at times I think just a moment. I feel nothing, as though there were nothing. Darkness. So pure not a single ray of light can find its way to me. How long have I soaked in this darkness?
Okay, for the supporters who've been watching the channel for a while now, they know that this is our first time doing this weighted dips. We've never done this ever, and first time, so the charm, I guess. So it wasn't too bad. I really enjoyed it, but I just can't wait to get the weighted belt and the proper machine, like the proper tool, like the dip tool. I can't wait to get that so I can do it with good form, because this I'm feeling more weight towards my back, so I kind of have to forcefully put myself forward so I can do the dip well. You feel me? But yeah, feels awesome. I'll do another set. Then I'll move on to the bench press. 2 sets of those until failure.
Eternity. Though at times I think just a moment. I feel nothing, as though there were nothing. Darkness. So pure not a single ray of light can find its way to me. How long have I soaked in this darkness? Eternity. Though at times I think just a moment. I feel nothing, as though there were nothing.
Where do you go when you disappear all day?
Just drive around. Sometimes I go to a bar. Sometimes I pull over by the side of the road. Just sit there for hours.
Why? And you'd rather do that than spend time with me.
Hollyhock.
I know you didn't ask for this dorky 17-year-old to just show up at your door. Then I'm sorry if I'm annoying, but
No,
I didn't
Hollyhock, I'm glad you're here.
Oh.
If I'm shitty, that's just because I'm shitty. And you're allowed to be mad at me. But you need to know that whatever I do, it's not your fault.
I know. I mean, I know, but I don't always know, Like sometimes I have this tiny voice in the back of my head that goes like, hey, everyone hates you, and they're not wrong to feel that way.
I know what you mean.
Isn't it weird how we used to hate being alone? It was scary. Now we seek loneliness. It's safer. How we used to get up early in the morning because the day wasn't long enough. Now we don't even want to open our eyes, and the night is never enough. How we hated sleeping. Our parents had to force us to sleep. Now we love sleeping because it's the only way to escape reality. How we liked sun and couldn't sleep without any light on. Now we prefer rain. It gives us comfort. There's someone who's crying with us.
Yeah, that's it for tonight, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, leave a like, comment. Will be highly appreciated. So now gotta rush to the shower real quick because, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's cold. Like it's very cold in South Africa right now, bro. Like like especially at night and in the morning, it's freezing. So I want about the cold shower. So in order for me to do that, I just need to rush now when my body's still heating up. Because if I wait any longer, it's gonna, of course, it's gonna return to normal temperature, and that's gonna make me feel cold, and I'll be forced to boil water. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So when I hit the shower real quick, then tomorrow it's gonna be leg. For me, I'm gonna do legs tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. The autumn bulk is gonna end soon. So yeah, we enjoyed it. It was fun. A lot of ups and downs, but yeah, it was worth it in the end. So thank you guys for watching. Till the next lift. Adios.